Hello and welcome to part 7. It is part 7, right?
I've lost count.
Yes, I think it is 7.
We're doing this in one recording, so it's getting a little bit muddy.
Yep. Part 7 of Let's Play Carmen Sandiego's Great Chase Through Time, and now we are on to my favorite mission.
Your actual favorite mission.
Personally, I like the Heian one a lot, but this one is the most important to me, and you'll see why.
This time tunnel leads to Western Africa in the 14th century. It's the height of the Mali Empire, and a pivotal pilgrimage should have hit the road by now. The problem is, no one's going in. If there's one good guide who knows great empires, it's antiquity. She's going with you, so look to her for guidance, time cuffs, and another Chronopedia chapter.
It said no one's going in.
Better
Sorry,
dress for warm weather time,
over my own words.
Good luck.
Okay.
Whew, another day, another time period. How's this for heat? Welcome to sunny West Africa in the year 1324. We're just outside the city of Niani, and the fabulous-looking fellow there is Mansa Musa, Emperor of the Mali Empire.
Well, now, if that isn't the straw that broke the camel's back. A man most strange just stole my only block of salt. My pilgrimage cannot begin without it.
Aha. Sounds like our thief needs to cut down on his salt intake.
Then again, this is when salt was actually incredibly valuable.
Yeah, they had a dang... I'm not sure about the exact science. Like, my knowledge of osmosis and how, if they were getting it right, I forget, but we'll see later. But, yeah, they didn't expect... You didn't see it like this.
Also, this is awesome. This is really awesome that they included this period of history.
Yep.
Also, Mansa Musa, otherwise known as the richest person who ever lived.
Literally ever. They determined that his wealth was about $400 billion.
It's absurd how much wealth this man had.
That's like 5 times. That's like 6-7 times more than Rockefeller.
Oh,
J.D. Rockefeller, who was previously thought to be the richest man of all time.
Oh yeah, and then what this guy is blows him out of the water. And the pilgrimage to Mecca is one of the most. His pilgrimage to Mecca is one of the most famous things in African history.
Yeah.
What happened because of it?
Yep.
Sandblasted. A gritty character just absconded with all the salt. My most precious possession. Without that salt, we're going nowhere.
Fast.
I am Mansa Musa, ruler of the great Mali Empire here in Western Africa. Surely you've heard of me. Mansa means emperor or ruler, and my own name is Musa. So I am called Mansa Musa, ruler of one of the largest empires in the world. Someone has stolen my caravan's only block of salt. If my followers hear of this, they'll surely disband. And do you have any idea how long it takes to get 60,000 people packed up and ready to go?
That's a little absurd, but then again, it was probably a lot of salt. And
yeah, a block of salt is a big block.
Salt was traded, say, mass for mass. Actually, we'll do an activity about this. Mass for mass with gold.
Yeah,
and we'll find out why salt's so important.
Salt is essential for the body. It helps us survive long trips through the desert by replacing the salty sweat lost to the hot sun. Water alone is not enough. We must have salt too.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember. So if salt's in your cells, then the water, they'll shift the equilibrium into the cells.
Right.
So your cells will lose less water.
Yeah, and this is why you can actually have too much water.
Right. You just need to make sure that you don't, because too much salt is bad. It causes dehydration.
Too much salt will kill you. Too much water will kill you.
Right. Because I'm trying to remember, if you have too much salt, it's because salt water is not. You cannot use that for for hydration. Right. Because I'm trying to remember why. Do you happen to know?
Hypersalinity. I'm pretty sure. It's just that there is too much salt in comparison to the water.
So it's like we have ions running around your body, messing up enzymes and proteins.
Probably.
Okay.
I'm not a biology expert.
Yeah,
but
and that sounds right though, because
that sounds right, but yeah, I would be.
Because like clearly these guys were right to an extent. I'm trying to remember how much if they were correct on the salt.
Why, yes.
More or less.
How gracious of you to offer. Take my gold staff and trade it for the largest block of salt you can find.
That's pretty.
The success of my pilgrimage depends on you.
Of gold.
That's actually very accurate. Actually, hold on.
Your wish is my command. Someone has stolen my
We've already gone through.
I just wanted to see what they said.
Salt is... Your wish is my...
Never mind. I thought he said, because I just wanted to say, like, he wanted to say melt it down and trade it for... Well, the thing is, you wouldn't need to... Well, no, to get a fair trade.
To get a fair trade, you would have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Why, we are in Western Africa, of course. And we are standing by the outskirts of Niani, capital of my Mali Empire. Fate has been most kind. The Mali Empire is one of the largest and richest empires anywhere. In other parts of the world right now, there is much bloodshed and poverty. But here in Mali, we have peace, high culture, and great wealth. We can't complain.
Also, most of Western European royalties gold from Mali.
Oh yeah. Not that that's a good thing.
Well, I mean, like, it's like all of the most precious European, like, gold and metals were from Africa. They purchased it from them. Well, not directly, but... What's long line of people about?
That line is my caravan. All the people, camels, and supplies that will join me on my holy pilgrimage. If you want details, just ask my official griot. He made all the arrangements.
I'm not going to do that because I know this stuff, and...
Yeah, suffice it to say, this is the Hajj to Mecca that he's currently on.
The fifth pillar of Islam. Mecca being the holy city of Islam.
That city in the distance is Niani, capital of the Mali Empire. It's on the shores of the Niger River.
I plan to return from my pilgrimage with important artists and scholars. They will assist me in turning Niani and Timbuktu into famed centers of art and learning.
I don't think Musa controlled Timbuktu at the time.
I don't ask me that.
Because I think basically whoever he had in charge, I think it was his son or his prime minister, basically when he was gone, that guy took the initiative to conquer Timbuktu and Gao. So he's like, hey, great news, you know the two really important cities that you somehow didn't have yet? Well, I got them for you. And so that's like, after the pilgrimage was over, that's when the Mali Empire was at its height. But
okay, so we're getting there.
Yeah, I mean, it's still doing quite well. So the one bad thing about this mission that isn't really bad, they only 3 panels.
That's fine. Depends on how much we have to go between the 3.
Yeah, but it's more like it's not variety. It's like you don't get to explore.
Yeah.
And it does lead to sometimes some more simplistic gameplay. But...
Good day, and what a fine day it is in the Bright Country.
The Bright Country was a common nickname for the Mali Empire. Think about it. The African sun, the plentiful gold, and the friendly reputation of the Mali people. Makes sense, no?
Yeah, this is not Mali. Or it could be Mali, but it's far south Mali.
It's south Mali.
Actually, no, because Niani was actually in Niger.
Yeah.
Because the Niger River
comes
briefly cuts through Niger. So this has to be like Nigeria.
Well, present day Nigeria.
Yeah, what is now Nigeria? Because so let's just
The Niger River was like a major highway in ancient Mali. It allowed people to transport all sorts of trading goods by boat.
See those canoes? They're loaded with gold from the secret mines of Wangara. The mines are so secret, not even Mansa Musa knows where his gold comes from.
They didn't really use mines as much as they did pits. Yeah, because they didn't have the technology and labor force to force that, but they also didn't really need to. Like, as you can see,
there's a lot of gold.
This is pretty accurate in terms of gold. Like, they're not overdoing it.
They had a lot of it.
Takeda?
That looks like Takeda over there. It's where much of the copper in Mali came from.
Okay.
So they had copper as well. I did not know that. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Greetings, travelers. Have you come to peruse my crafts?
Actually.
Well, let's see. Got my metal pot, my metal working tools, and I am surrounded by metal. I am in fact a metal worker. I specialize in handcrafted gold items. Why?
Yeah,
Why,
okay,
it's
so a small
glittery,
little thing about
it's
the,
malleable, it's
traditional
valuable,
mythology of
it
Mali.
produces awe-inspiring, jaw-dropping jewelry.
Side note on top of, like,
Iron
making
and copper are
things.
important,
Some magic
but with
that you
gold,
see,
I
that
can
traditional
really
magic in
work
Mali,
some magic.
In a little bit of comparative civilizations, in the Western world, our magic is controlled by words and speech and writing.
Yeah.
You have knowledge, and therefore you say something, and something else happens.
Right.
In Mali and a lot of other countries, magic appears when you make things, or things that are specially prepared. So,
Yes.
say, bones or talismans.
Yes.
Or in this case, goldsmithing. So it would be... So being able to make something would be considered kind of a sacred position.
I know.
In some ways.
Yeah, no, it was especially back then. Like, ironsmiths and blacksmiths in the Mali Empire were like augurs and seers, because they were.
Right.
I think they might actually say it here. Actually, I think they do. Actually, if I can just.
Hello again.
Do you really?
Well, let's just say I have a magical touch.
Yeah, 'cause
But
is
it
that they
really
combine
comes
earth
from years
and
of
fire
dedication
together
and hard work.
and fuse it
Nothing up
into
my
an
golden
item.
sleeve.
Right.
See?
In ancient West Africa, people
Oh, there you
believed
go.
that smiths had magical powers because they could shape earth and fire into a new substance,
Well, it's not really
metal.
ancient, it's medieval, but yeah. So now we need to give him to break it down, and then his reaction is just.
Hold your camels! What are you trying to do? Get me in trouble? I know a piece of Mansa Musa's property when I see it. This is his personal gold staff. I can't melt this down.
There's no need to worry. We're on a mission from Musa. He gave us the staff so that we could obtain some salt for his journey.
Well, that is an interesting claim. But I'll need proof that Mansa Musa actually gave you his staff and that you didn't borrow it. Fortunately,
I guess
I'm
just
well
get that
acquainted
out.
with Musa's pilgrimage.
Which is,
Answer my
you know,
questions about it,
Yeah.
and I'll melt the staff for you.
Sure, ask away.
Okay, here we go. What is the Arabic word for a holy
No,
pilgrimage?
see, I want to say that, like, crusade. Oh, Jesus.
No, not yet.
No, the crusades already happened.
Oh, they have?
Yeah. First one was in the.
Yeah,
First one was in the.
Yeah,
1100
you're right.
1085.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, so at first it was like, okay, anyone in the Mali Empire would know this, but then there was, wait, we are clearly foreigners.
Right.
Of course they would have reason to believe that we're not Muslim. Like, that's actually, so it's like fridge brilliance. Okay, it's a Hajj.
Well done! Hajj is the Arabic word for a holy pilgrimage. All good Muslims are expected to make this important journey at least once in their lifetime. Permit me to ask another question. What is the final destination of Mansa Musa's pilgrimage?
Like we said. Not Cairo.
That's correct. Mecca is the holy city of Islam, over 3,000 miles away. All good Muslims are expected to go there at least once in their lifetime. Permit me to ask another question. During Musa's pilgrimage, how many pounds of gold will each
I know
camel
this from trial and
carry?
error, but you can actually click on the camels and they'll tell you.
Oh wow, how much were they?
Correct. 300 pounds on each camel. It's a
It
real
gets
treasure
better.
trove. And the Mansa will need all that gold to finance a long and extravagant journey to Mecca.
According to the history books, Mansa Musa gave away so much gold while traveling that its value dropped in
crashed
Cairo.
the gold market
His
in one of the
wealth and
largest cities on the
generosity
planet.
literally put the Mali Empire on the map.
For 20
Permit me to
years.
ask another question. Musa's journey will take him through an ocean of sand. What is the name of this vast
I saw a
wasteland?
cartoon. I really recommend the book, The Cartoon History of the Universe, actually the series. And so there was the pages about this. They're on the boats across the Red Sea, and one of them like, "Hey guys, I just figured out what that rug was worth." Grr, murmurs of anger on the boat. Taklamakan is one word, I think. No, it's
That's
Sahara,
correct.
Of course.
The mighty Sahara takes up much of the North African continent. It is not an easy task to cross it, but Mansa Musa is a devout and determined Muslim. Nothing will stop him. My doubts are dispelled,
Also,
strangers.
when he
I
went
am
to
well
Sultan
and
of
truly
Cairo, he
convinced
refused
that
to
you
go
come
before.
as
Like,
messengers
I
of
vowed to go
Mansa
and
Musa.
Which is just like a great, which is like
Wonderful thing.
also like a great power play.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they were both fellow rulers, and honestly, Musa was probably... Kairos of Egypt was very valuable.
Yeah, but Mansa Musa.
Exactly.
But Mansa.
What an eagle eye! It's a part of the
So we
Carmen
take
note.
both.
Wow, that's the first Carmen note we got. That's violent.
So now we need
Goodbye, traders.
So we actually don't go to that panel again.
Okay, so...
But the Griot, he tells you stories that you can use as hints if you didn't know any of the trivia.
Okay.
Which is so they do have history. Right.
See the 20-foot-high walls behind me? They're the outer walls of the fabled city of Timbuktu, where the camel meets the canoe.
Ah, yes. Very clever. Timbuktu is a splendid trading spot, centrally located between the camels of the desert and the canoes of the jungle rivers. It is my favorite city in all of Mali.
We went south to get gold,
right,
and then we went north to trade the gold for salt.
Yep.
That's actually brilliant. Okay, let me explain why I love this mission so much. So, I'm in elementary school. I know what Egypt is. I know what Rome is.
Right.
I'm learning stuff, but I know what they are. Mali? I didn't know that existed. I mean, I knew the country existed. I didn't know this empire was like, you're going back to ancient Mali. Wait, what? That was a thing? How did I not hear about this? And they got my interest. And now, I am double majoring in biology and history with a focus on African history because of this mission in this game.
That is amazing.
It's at least my chosen concentration. I'm not sure about my if I would major in history, but like this is like the big theme I'm like interested in. So you can arguably say that I am majoring in history at all because of this mission.
That's really,
and that's why I love this mission so much because it's like it accomplished its goal and then some.
Right.
A Carmen note. I thought something was afoot with this camel.
Which is also why there's like so much to explore and they don't. Like we don't see Timbuktu. We don't see Timbuktu was like the main learning center, and they had some great astronomy that wouldn't be topped until the telescope was invented.
Right. That would
all of which was done with the naked eye.
Time.
Yeah, a couple hundred years. Crops.
I bet you didn't know that the Mandinka people of the Mali Empire were the first to cultivate onions as a crop.
Know that.
No, I didn't know that.
We have them to thank for onion rings, trooper.
Mandinka, by the way, is the name of the people of the Mali Empire. Malinese is the people of the country.
Right.
Soninke is same for the Ghana Empire.
Right.
Whereas Ghanese is for Ghana? I'm not sure. Probably not that.
Probably not
Timbuktu is a very important trading center.
Way more than
Its 20-foot walls help keep the town safe. Not from war, but from stampeding elephants.
Really?
No one wants to trade in squashed goods.
There were
very, very dangerous elephants.
Yeah, but in the Sahara?
African elephants.
Yeah, I mean, because like
you can bring them up.
Presumably, I mean, like the elephants Hannibal used, for example, are actually were North African elephants, which are extinct now.
Right.
And there were actually Middle Eastern elephants who are relatively African elephants, and they're extinct.
Right.
And here we have. Anyway, let's talk to this gentleman.
Welcome, my fine friends. I am a humble Muslim and an honest salt trader at your service.
What does Muslim mean? We're also learning about Islam, which is a great chance.
By Allah, being Muslim means I am a devout follower of the teachings of Islam. Most of the traders around these parts are Muslim. Over the years, we have established huge trade networks across Africa and Arabia. Well, hard work helps, of course, but it also helps that most traders are Muslim, and we Muslims tend to trust one another, even when separated by differences in language and culture.
But also, they probably
common beliefs can make African and Arab traders act like brothers. Well, I have a nice solid block of salt, fresh from the Takaza mines.
The Takaza mines, by the way, were like worse than the gulags.
Oh.
They were basically, as my professor said, you didn't stay there as long because you were going to die in a couple of years tops.
Got it.
I mean, it's your work doing hard labor in a pit in the Sahara.
Would I like to trade? I thought you'd never ask. Make me an offer of gold, and we'll strike up a deal. Well, I carry my salt by camel across the vast Sahara, all the way from the Takaza mines in the north.
The Takaza is like in the middle of the Sahara. It's I guess like Algeria now, or they're Morocco, Algeria. They're mostly depleted, I believe. But so basically, what happened, by the way, gold salt trade. So places in West Africa, like tropical more, had gold, which was in demand everywhere. They wanted salt to both last in the desert and the Sahel regions, also for food. I mean, salt can be useful. Preserve foods, a whole lot of stuff. So it was traded. So they trade the gold and they trade the salt with the Berbers and Arabs on the north, on the Mediterranean coast, because they were the ones who control the salt lines mostly. Because also they're much closer than you have to go somewhere.
Right.
And so then the gold would be disseminated to Europe as across the Mediterranean.
Camels are amazingly efficient animals, quite well suited for desert travel. They can go for weeks without water. They also have wide, soft feet, perfect for walking on loose sand.
Not because my bias, because I knew nothing of this going in. But they do a really good job in hey, this is this thing, this is this thing. I just feel like it's done so well.
Ooh, yes. There are some nice bits of gold there. Throw them on the scale to see what kind of a bargain we can strike here.
Okay. Alright, so you actually have to weigh this.
Okay.
With trial and error. And I did use Antiquity said, I just remember this. You use the first one, and then some combination of the others. Now let's see if I actually remember this. And then we just weigh it.
An intriguing offer, but a certain slobbery feeling tells me it is not quite enough.
We can do better than that, Trooper. We'll need just a little more gold.
Oh, it actually tells you when you're close. So yeah, I think we need the
tiny one.
Yep. Now let's try.
No?
Oh, yeah, then I'll try this one instead.
Oh my! I am practically marinated by that offer.
We can do...
I never knew, I didn't remember how funny that guy was.
Oh my goodness.
That camera was great.
Alright. Don't...
Oh yeah, maybe let's just try this.
Let's just try that. No?
We can do better than...
I missed the joke.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't really have the English to mess up again. But yeah, I think it's these 4.
Could be.
Your golden overture is tempting, but just a tad excessive.
We've been a bit heavy-handed. Let's try...
Okay, let's just try not this one. So, the biggest one and the third and second smallest. That's reasonable. The smallest. Wait, I only tried the smallest.
Let's try this again. Alright, so...
I have the...
We can do...
Take the largest one. Take that one.
And the smallest.
And the other, and the...
Yeah.
To also pick that one up.
Yeah.
We can do...
Okay. See, this one could be very annoying. I used to be good at this. And this one?
Yeah.
Which other one?
And then the smallest one.
Okay.
Should be. If it doesn't work, then we know what we have to do.
Excellent.
Okay, there we go.
Now that looks like a fair trade.
It's a deal even a camel can love. We have ourselves a trade, my friends.
Huh.
You drive a hard bargain, my friends, but your offer was fair. Please take the salt, and may it save you from thirst on a hot desert day.
We got the salt! Let's hightail back to Mansa Musa so he can get his show on the road.
And that's
We traders cross the Sahara in camel caravans, and we protect our skin from the sun by wearing thick robes. Now you wouldn't last a day out there wearing only those meager clothes of yours.
It's true.
on the Sahel is right there.
That scrubby strip of grassland is known as Sahil, which means shore of the sea. In this case, the sea of sand that makes up the Sahara Desert.
Ah, yes, that Sahil is scrubby indeed. But I'm always glad to see it after a long stretch in the desert. Salam, travelers.
Timbuktu and jungle. So yeah, that was up to... I just wanted to do one thing here. What's
Oh, you are admiring my mask. It is one of my finest pieces and will bring me much respect in the village. I just finished making that piece of golden jewelry over there. Not bad, huh?
Also, this is partially mainly why Mansa Musa was so rich. one of the biggest.
Goodbye, traders.
I'm not sure if it's probably not as big as the South Africa one, but it's certainly more easily accessible. And certainly he had more control of it than even like Cecil Rhodes did. Okay, so now we give salts.
Distinguished guests, my gratitude knows no bounds. How well and faithfully you have obtained this most excellent and essential salt. I must alert my retinue. Let the glittering pilgrimage begin!
What's interesting is that Neon isn't really any. It's like the tiniest of villages. That's like. Nothing lasted after. I'm not sure what happened, but.
Holy pilgrimage! You found the last piece of the Carmen note. Let's have a look.
In Mali, Africa, you'll land where cities meet the desert sand. For famous salt, I have a thirst. So check out Musa's convoy first. Ship of the desert is your ride. The leading one is where you'll hide.
Oh. Well.
Good job. I'll activate the time cuffs.
That's interesting. I think it's not there. But yeah, so this was my favorite mission because it's probably the most. It's very good, very educational. Limited in the panels, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The screens. I don't know why I say panels, but it's like the most impactful of my life.
That's awesome.
Yeah. See, that camel should not be moving for reasons that will become apparent very soon.
Mm-hmm.
The lead camel, I mean.
Wow! The Chronopedia helped point us right at that camel, the leading ship of the desert.
Huh?
We've busted Bug Zapper. He's the
guy's reaction as well.
electrifying thief everyone's been buzzing about.
Also Bug Zapper.
Yep.
All right, Bugs. Gigs up. We're hauling your sorry mug downtown with us.
You think you're smart, eh? Oh, get out of here. You won't keep me in the clink for long.
Great going! You busted Bug Zapper and you saved the day for Mansa Musa by snagging that salt with your clever balancing act.
I can't believe I didn't notice the gold salt trade.
Because of you, Mansa will make his Hajj to Mecca and spread his wealth around. And by golly, jolly old Molly will hit the heights of glory. You've done excellent work, as usual. Can you continue on and take another case?